Today we are talking about relations and functions. A few vocabulary words before we get started. A relation is just a relationship. It's a coordinate pair, so an x and a y, and in this case, your number of your students is your x, and the number of cans is your y. So it's just a relationship between two numbers. All right, so your braces, they'll look like braces. Sometimes they look, they're more square, but they indicate that all the ordered pairs in the relation. So it's the group of ordered pairs in the relation. All right, so the first coordinate is always the domain. So x is your domain. And y equals your range. Okay, so the first ordered pair is always your domain, and the first number in the ordered pair is always your domain, and the second number in the ordered pair is always your range. Okay, some relationships form functions, and a function is that each member of your domain is paired with exactly one member of your range. So for each x, you have only one y. So I couldn't have an x, like if I had the number 2, it couldn't be paired with 3 and 6. It could only be paired with one of those. For every x, there is exactly one y. All right. You can draw a mapping diagram to see whether a relationship forms a function. So in this case, we've got 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 4. So I have 0 that goes to 1, I have 1 that goes to 2 and 3, and then I have 2 that goes to 4. So because of this right here, where our x, our domain, one of our numbers in our domain goes to 2 different numbers in our range, it does not form a function. Okay, in this case, I have 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, and 3, 4. So it kind of looks the same right here, if you noticed, but we have our domain, each domain is going to exactly one range. So because each domain only has one range, it is correct. So we can actually have the same range for multiple domains, and it still forms a function. All right, let's try this one. We have for our domain, we have 0, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then over here for our range, we have our y values, which is 1, 3, 2, and 4. Okay, so 0 goes to 1, and 1 goes to 3, and 2 goes to 2, and 3 goes to 4. So this also forms a function. All right, we can model everyday situations using functions where one quantity in the relationship depends on the other, or one quantity is a function of the other. So the time needed to cook a turkey a function of the weight of the turkey? It is, because when I don't know if any of you have cooked a turkey, I do about twice a year, but I always have to look it up online, how long I have to cook this turkey, and it depends on how much the turkey weighs, because the more the turkey weighs, the longer it's going to take to cook. So for every domain, or the weight of the turkey, I'm going to have a different range, because for every pound, you cook the turkey a certain number of minutes. So that relationship forms a function. Okay, graphing relations and functions on the coordinate plane is just a visual way for you to see the function. And we actually have a trick or a tool to see if it forms a function. It's called the vertical line test. So if you find that a vertical line, I'm going to underline this, if you find that a vertical line passes through 2 points on the graph at the same time, then it is not a function. It is a function if it passes through only 1 point. of the line. All right, so let's look at this. This chart is graphed onto that coordinate plane. So we're going to take our vertical line, vertical goes up and down, our vertical line, and we're going to see if it is a function. So if we hold it this way, right there, we only hit that line, or that point. Nothing, nothing, nothing here. Look at this. If I can draw a straight line, we hit both those points at the same time. You can see I can line up my pen and it lines up exactly straight right there. We are hitting both of those points at the same time. So this does not form a function. All right, so that is it for functions.